Hello, good evening. Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we'll be learning how to search for evidences or how to answer our research question. Here we have a strategy that is created to search for the best available evidence to answer a research question. So starting from identifying PICO to streamlining research are the 4 different steps to search for evidences. So identifying PICO. So this PICO framework is very well known to achieve the relevant results. So this PICO plays a major role in formulating the research question, which we have already dealt in our last video. So this PICO basically has 4 components, which is population or problem, the intervention, the comparison, and the outcome that we expect out of the research. So next is selecting relevant database to search. Database that we choose will depend on the research question and the discipline in which the relevant research may be conducted. Now that we have decided what database to search, we have to now search the right keywords to begin research. Selecting right keywords will actually save our time. Basically, there lies abundant research on your research question. So to get relevant and manageable number of research papers, streamlining or narrowing the search is must. Selecting relevant database to search. So as I already told you, the database that we select will depend upon the type of study and the field of study which we are planning to do. So here are the different databases, starting from Medline, Embase to Google Scholar. These are the common databases, search databases which are used by healthcare professionals. And Pedro is one such database which is vitally developed for physiotherapists. And again CDSR which is more number of systematic reviews. So next, here we have the different search methods. And so these are the 2 common search methods which we often use. One is manual, which comes under books, etc. And next is electronic. So this is one common search methods that we use at present. So again, the types of electronic searches we use is advanced, Boolean, and truncate. So advanced is where we use more amount of filters that we'll be dealing in the next step. And Boolean is a type of search method where we use 3 different conjunctions: and, or, not. So these are the 3 different conjunctions that we use in case of Boolean search. So in general, how do we search? For example, if I'm going to treat neonates with early intervention, my search terms would be early intervention for neonates. And when you go with Boolean type of search, I'll be using the 2 main terms from my PICO, that is the population and the intervention. Here my population is neonates and the intervention that I'll be giving is the early intervention. So I'll be joining these 2 keywords using and. For example, neonate and in capital letters followed by early intervention. That is about the Boolean type of search. Next is truncate. So truncate is also a search method which is followed by a symbol at the end of a particular word. For example, if I'm going to use children or child, at the end I use a star symbol or asterisk. So the relevant information that I get would be related to child, children, childhood, something like that. So coming to the last part, now that we know what are the databases or where to search for the evidences and how to search for evidences. So when you use all these key terms and when you search in different databases, we get abundant amount of information. So here we'll be narrowing down the searches to get adequate number of information which is completely relevant for our research question. So again, we have three different types of search methods, that is controlled vocabulary, Boolean connector, filter parameters. So controlled vocabulary which uses mesh terms. So mesh term is something like a indexing term which is used by every article, which stands for medical subject headings, which gives variations, or which for example, when you use a particular term, as we already have digestive system disease, so it tries to split similar words from that key term, and at last it gives you the maximum relevant information. So next is Boolean connector. As we've already seen, there are three different Boolean connectors: and, or, not. By using and, it retrieves information which contains both the words. For example, neonate and early intervention. So the information that we get would have both these words. And next is or, capital or. So this gives, for example, neonatal, the same example, the neonatal and early intervention. So the results would have either neonatal or early intervention. So next is not. So it retrieves information which does not have early intervention. So neonatal, not early intervention. So the results would contain only neonatal and not early intervention. So to narrow down your search, we'll be using and not, capital and, then not, capital not, not. So when you use or, it actually broadens your search. So next is filter parameters. So when you search for information in PubMed like database, what happens is you have something called as filters. So when you use it without filters, for example, I use the same key term neonatal and early intervention, I get around 4,000 articles. So when I use either Boolean type of search method along with the filters, so the filters would be like the publications between which year, and should my research have both male and female genders, is there any age restriction for my research, for my evidence, and should my article only have English language, something like this. So these are the common filters that you can use to narrow down the search. So we have come to the end of the session. I hope I was able to give you an overview of how to create a searching strategy. If you have any other doubts, kindly ask us in the comment section below. Thank you.